Following the recent high volume of Libya deportees who illegally migrated from Nigeria through the sub-Saharan African desert seeking greener pastures for their livelihood overseas has led many to an eye-opener of several unprecedented and ugly incidents which many people embark without returning from the journey. Some of the deportees who couldn't hide their feelings interacted with journalists in Lagos.
So I'm a returnee. I was returned back from Libya last year, March 15. So last year, March 15. Being to Libya is not an easy task. Like even before you get to Libya, in the Sahara Desert, you will see a lot of dead people and so many things. Even I myself, if not for the mercies of God upon my life, I would have been a dead person because I fainted in Sahara Desert. My life here in Nigeria was so frustrating. I was living with my mom. My dad stopped caring for me at the age of 7. My dad and my mom separated. So I was living with my mom, and my mom was the one taking care of me. She was my life. She was my everything. But then she died. She died mysteriously. So there was no help from anywhere. My dad was not supporting. My brothers, my sisters, even when I run to them, they would tell me they are not doing well. Not to talk of taking care of me. So I was so frustrated. Then a friend of mine called me and told me about this Libya issue. So they told me that immediately I leave Nigeria, 1 week, I will be in Germany. That the road is very okay, it's not stressful, it's not dangerous. That if I just leave Nigeria now, 1 week time, I will be in Germany. And I will be enjoying my life, all the sorrow will over. So I just I called my elder brother. I discussed the issue with him. Because I really wanted to go then. I was really happy. I thought they were helping me. I was really happy because then I was homeless, nowhere to stay. I cannot go and live with my dad who rejected me so many years ago.
My experience en route to Libya has been wonderful because a lot of people think we will not survive going to Libya and coming back. But we that have gone, I'm using my experience to tell people the dangers of irregular migration and human trafficking. So for me, it's like a plus because if I've not been in Libya, for example, I will not be in your TV station today. If I'm not being in Libya, people will not know about what is happening in Libya. So my experience in via the Libya route actually exposed me to a lot of things that I've never known before. How they harvest people's kidney, how they make people go through slavery, through forced labor, through sex labor, through deceit, through deceive and all that. So my experience has been an eye-opener for me to see life in another perspective.
These facilitated the Patriotic Citizen Initiative led by Osita Osemene, engaging people from all walks of life on the ongoing series of events aimed at raising awareness on the risk of human trafficking and irregular migration.
The intervention looks as if nothing has happened. Meanwhile, a lot has happened. And I want to tell you that a lot of people have benefited from that program who have stayed back in the country and are being useful to themselves. But those that have returned back, I am not putting the blame on the program, but the blame on the system, because the system has to take care of the cause of this problem. The cause of this problem is not yet addressed. And you and I know that the issue of unemployment is high. The issue of inflation, high cost of living is high. You know, the issue of a lot of things that causes hardship. They are very high in this country, and these are the causes, these are the push factors that has to be addressed by the government, by the governors, and by whoever is concerned before this thing can be reduced to the barest minimum.
However, in an interactive session with Dennis Social Welfare Hub, headed by Mrs. Abosede Mary Okupe, expatiated on the significance and reason behind the initiative at this critical time.
Our own NGO only works on prevention and trying to help the return migrants to get better life by integrating them. So even though we try to, being a social worker, we do normal interview, we investigate, and once we know that it's a kind of involve traffickers, all we do is to just collaborate by informing NAPTIC. Recently, we did one even in the local way that a child was brought from east side of Nigeria, and she was selling banana here in Lagos, and she got pregnant in right of that woman's house. And we informed NAPTIC, and NAPTIC took the matter up. It's not on our own jurisdiction to actually tell any trafficker.
We are talking of youth, we are talking of Nigerian citizens, be they male or female is not the important part here. The important part is to protect and safeguard them. We protect them before they leave, because when they leave the territory, then it is really a very difficult and riskiest things for them in their life that they encounter over there. Yeah, I know a lot of organizations that have been working here in Nigeria to help. I've heard of NAPTIP, I've heard of shelters, exactly the IOM, International Organization of Migration. But while they are doing this back home, they are collaborating with organizations like us and like others, with the local authorities of those European countries. Like Italy, as today we are here, thank God for the fund the Italian Ministry of Interior provided. So we are here to make awareness raising.
The high point of the event was centered on the skill acquisition program to enhance daily income and experience shared by different people to avoid reoccurrence within our society. Above all, the chief host, Osita Osemene, however, called on government at all levels to find a lasting solution to the menace of Nigerians seeking greener pastures through illegal routes by providing job opportunities, access loan, and a conducive environment. In Lagos, Olayinka Olatunji reporting for Newsbuster and GTV.